A very good morning. You're watching News 9 with me, Akshita. And first up, a fashion designer committed suicide in Indiranagar last night. The cops are still clueless about the motive behind the move. The incident took place at an apartment on CMH Road in Indiranagar. The deceased has been identified as 31-year-old Abhijata. Abhijata was a Chennai-based fashion designer. A complaint has been registered at Indiranagar police station. The family unable to bear with the loss there. In fact, 31-year-old Abhijata was a Chennai-based fashion designer. She was staying in Indiranagar. However, she committed suicide last night. It has definitely left the family grief-stricken. There's no word on exactly why she went ahead and committed suicide. This particular incident occurred in an apartment on CMH Road in Indiranagar. The cops are investigating the case to find out exactly what led her to take the drastic step. Abhijata was a fashion designer and she was pretty successful. So of course the question of facing losses is definitely not present. However, the fact that she has gone ahead and committed suicide has definitely left the cops completely suspicious that maybe she had some sort of a reason or was in fact had some sort of love issue that led to her taking this particular step. This was the apartment where she had gone ahead and committed suicide. Abhijata was 31 years old and she was living on CMH Road. It is said that she was a Chennai-based fashion designer. The case has been registered and the cops are investigating the case to find out exactly what led to this particular fashion designer committing suicide. They are of course probing all angles and they will also be talking to her family to find out what possibly could have led to this unfortunate incident. But as you can see, the family almost are unable to believe that something like this took place. It seemed absolutely out of the blue for them. And as you can see, the mother almost broke down in tears, unable to bear with the news that her daughter was no more. 31-year-old Abhijata was in fact a pretty successful fashion designer. She had things going her way, which is exactly why the cops are still clueless with regards to exactly why she went ahead and took the drastic step. It is understood that late last night is when her body was discovered. But was it some sort of pressure from work or some family issue or some other case? Well, it looks like the cops are investigating as of now and they do not have any leads with regards to why she committed suicide. But as you can see, the family there completely distraught by the fact that their child is no more. A complaint has also been filed in this regard with the Indiranagar police station. The police, of course, as of now are still investigating. They are also talking to the family members. It is a very, very tough time for the family. They were seen unable to bear with the loss, but of course they will have to aid with the investigation nonetheless. that is 31-year-old Abhijata. She had a bright future as well in fashion designing, so it came as a huge shock to her entire family when she went ahead and took the extreme step. They are yet to ascertain the cause of the suicide. What led to 31-year-old Abhijata going ahead and taking the extreme step? We understand that her work was based in Chennai, but her family was here, and the incident, of course, was here in an apartment in CMH Road. And moving on, the government seldom introduces pro-poor schemes. Unfortunately, due to the lack of regulatory norms, what is launched as a boon to the poor becomes a bane. Here's a report.
Anna Bhagya scheme has drawn much appreciation from all over the country. Rice at ₹1 has come as a boon to the poor in the state. Unfortunately, the scheme has failed to bring joy to the beneficiaries in some parts of the state. Take a look at these visuals. Bags of rice, ragi, wheat and other cereals stacked up. These are visuals from Mysore. On the night of the 2nd of May, Nazarbad police raided a house belonging to a person named Kantraju and seized the stacked up cereals. It is believed that Kantraju, who owns a fair price shop in Raghavendra Nagar, stored the rice and other cereals to sell it illegally.
ಅಲ್ಲೊಬ್ಬರು ಕಾಂತರಾಜನವ್ರ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಅಕ್ಕಿ ಗೋಧಿ ರಾಗಿ ಸಕ್ಕರೆ ಇವ್ಯಾವುದು ದಾಖಲಾತಿಗಳಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಮಾಲುಗಳು ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ದಾವೆ. ಕೆಲವು ದೂರುಗಳಿದೆ, ಇದು ₹1 kg ಅಕ್ಕಿ ಮಾರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿರೋದು ಅಂತ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಇದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ವೆರಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಇದನ್ನ ಅವ್ರ ದಾಖಲಾತಿಗಳು ನಮಗೆ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡದೇ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ದಸ್ತಗಿರಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೇಸು ಸಹ ದಾಖಲಿಸಿದ್ದೀವಿ.
Acting on a complaint, the police managed to confiscate 14 quintals of rice, 100 kgs of ragi and sugar and 200 kgs of wheat. Members of the city corporation demand that Kantaraju's license be cancelled as he has been accused of the same crime even before.
ನಮ್ಮ ವ್ಯಾಪ್ತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೋ ಬಡ ಜನತೆಗೆ ಭಾಳ ವಂಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಭಾಳ ದಬ್ಬಾಳಿಕೆ ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ರು. ಇದರ ವಿರುದ್ಧವಾಗಿ ನಾವು 11/3/2014ರಲ್ಲಿ DC ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ನಿರ್ದೇಶಕರು ಫುಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಮನವಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನ್ಯಾಯ ಸಿಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು ತಕ್ಷಣ ಅವರ ವಿರುದ್ಧವಾಗಿ ಕಠಿಣವಾದ ಕ್ರಮ ಕೈಗೊಂಡು ಈ ಲೈಸೆನ್ಸ್ನ ರದ್ದು ಮಾಡಿ ಬಡ ಜನತೆಗೆ ನ್ಯಾಯ ಒದಗಿಸಿಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ TV9 ಮಾಧ್ಯಮದ ಮೂಲಕ ನಾನು ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಒತ್ತಾಯ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ.
As ironic as it sounds, this incident has come to light from the district Chief Minister Siddaramaiah belongs to. The scheme, which is supposed to help poor people, has become illegal money-making technique to many. Residents allege this is due to the lack of strict regulatory norms. So what can be done to bring an end to this kind of injustice? From News 9, Mysore.